Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Live today. It's just me today. Jay couldn't join me today for today's broadcast. But I'm gonna show you how to make video file sizes smaller without reducing a lot of quality. It's pretty easy with a program called Handbrake. And you can get Handbrake at handbrake.fr. And it's available for Windows, Mac, and Linux. So let's take a look. This is my video file. It's pretty big, okay, 103 megabytes. And it's only a minute long. So we want to make that video file size smaller without reducing a ton of quality. So go ahead and open up Handbrake. And click Source and File. And then locate the file. It's right here for me. And double click on it. And Handbrake will get it ready. And then here you go. Here's your options. Output settings. You can either save it as MP4 or MKV. I'm going to use MP4. That's more common. And then over here you have Web Optimized, iPod, 5G support. I'll turn on Web Optimized. Let's say, I was going to go and upload this to YouTube, which is generally why you want to make a file size smaller, so make that Web Optimized. And then here's your resolution. The resolution of the video is 640 by 480, so I just leave that the same. And here's cropping. I usually just leave it at automatic. It's going to automatically crop out any black bars. Now, and you can see too, it's cropping nothing. So this video has no black bars. But if this video had black bars, it would automatically crop them out. So now let's go over to the filters tab. This is going to be some more advanced stuff. Detellicene. That means, I don't even know what that means. Let me look that up. Alright, according to this, detellicene seems to remove extra frames. So if you like converted a video, if you change the frame rate, detellicene will change it. You're not really going to need that. Deinterlace, that's going to be more for like analog video that was converted to digital, or maybe stuff recorded from a TV. So if a video tends to look comey, sort of like if there's, we've kind of seen. Let me see if I can get an example of interlacing. So this is what an interlace video is going to look like. It's going to have that combing there. It's not going to look real nice. So deinterlacing, we'll get rid of that. Decombing will also get rid of it, although deinterlacing usually does a better, takes more time to deinterlace, but you get better quality. And then you have these settings on deinterlace: fast, slow, slower, or bob. I have no clue what that means. And custom, I'm guessing that's even slower. And custom and decomb. You have these two. I'd probably recommend using decomb because it's faster. But this video doesn't have any interlacing, so I'm just going to leave it off. Denoise, that's going to be if there's a lot of grain in the video, if it's really grainy. Now if you do use denoise, it's going to reduce the sharpness, but it will also reduce grain. So your video won't look as sharp. It might be a little dull or blurry, but it will reduce that grain. And deblock would be used if you had a blocky video. Again, this video isn't blocky, but if the video is blocky, depending on how blocky, you want to adjust this to remove that blocking. Video, okay, this is the real stuff. You have your video codec. X260, I recommend using either X264 or X265. Those are going to be the best two codecs. X265 is the best codec. However, it usually takes a while to save videos with X265. And they don't play back on all computers either. If you have a slower computer, it might lag when you try to play it back, or it might not even play. So I would recommend using X264. And a frame rate. Now, I would recommend leaving it same as source, and using a constant frame rate unless the video has a variable frame rate to begin with, but most videos are going to have a constant frame rate. This is the X264 preset. Basically, ultra fast is going to save the video faster, but it's going to not be as good quality. So I recommend going as slow as possible. Placebo, that's going to be the slowest. Although that will take forever, so I'll do just this is a short video, so I'll do very slow. But placebo is going to give you the best quality. Ultra fast is going to give you the worst quality. So try to keep it towards the slower end if you can. X264 tune. This is going to depend on what kind of image you're dealing with. Now this image has a lot of movement, so I'm going to set it to film. H264 profile, I just leave that at main. If you turn it up to high, some devices aren't going to be able to play it. And H264 level, I just leave that at 4.0. Because again, if you make that too high, certain devices won't be able to play it. Now this is where you actually control the file size, alright? So this is about 100 meg video. 103 megabytes. So I'm going to make that file size, I don't know. Let's cut it in a third. So let's say, I don't know, let's try to go for about 33 megabytes. So let's go right click on it and click properties and go over to details. And here this is the data rate. See this? This is what you want to look at. So if we want the video to be a third of the file size, we want to cut the data rate in approximately 1/3. So this is about approximately 15,000 kilobits per second. which is pretty high for 480p video. So let's go for about 5,000 kilobits per second. Let's put that in average bitrate 5,000. And for better quality, turn on 2-pass encoding and turn on turbo first pass. I'll just make it a little faster. Alright, so now you set your video, go over to audio. This is going to be for the audio you're using. And this is the audio bitrate. So let's see what the original audio bitrate was. 1411 kilobits per second. So very high. That's like, that is lossless basically. Yes, that 1411 kilobits per second is lossless. So we want to use a lossy codec for the audio. AAC is generally seen as the best quality. So let's just use AAC, and bitrate 256 is generally seen as approximately lossless quality, as in it's very hard for the listener to tell the difference, if not impossible. So let's set it to 256, and for Mixtown, I would just use stereo. Unless your recording is mono or Dolby or something, but I'd just use stereo for the Mixdown, because just about all audio is going to be stereo. And then over here you have subtitles. You can add a track, or I guess if subtitles are embedded, you can delete them. And chapters, if you're dealing with something that was ripped from a DVD or something, you can see the chapters. So now you got all those settings set, and the video file size should be about 1/3 of the original. So up here you can select the destination. This is fine for me, but select where you want so go browse, and then you can set where you want to save the file. And now once you've done all of that, let's go and click start. And let's just see, it should again cut the file size in about 1/3. So it should trim off about 2/3 of the file size. Hopefully we'll get something around 33 megabytes, somewhere around there. Now, since I set the preset to very slow, this is going to take a while. It's going to take longer than a minute. The video is a minute. But this is going to give a better video quality. But if you have a longer video, say you have an hour-long video, you might want to set that preset around medium, just so it goes a little faster. But again, the slower you set it to, the higher quality you're going to get. And this is really useful if you have a slow internet connection and it takes forever to upload videos to YouTube. You know, cutting file size to a third means it's going to upload 3 times faster. And a lot of times, for example, this video, this is directly from a camera. A lot of times cameras record at very high bit rates for better quality. But then you have huge file sizes. And if you want to archive them on a hard drive or something, but you have a limited amount of room, compressing them with a program like Handbrake can be a very good option. And there we go, it is done. Let's take a look. So there's the original file. It's 103 megabytes. There's a new file. It's 40 megabytes. And they should have fairly similar quality. Let's take a look. So this is the original. If you recognize this, this is from one of my YouTube videos. And the original quality to begin with isn't spectacular either. And let's look at the compressed one. And the difference looks very minimal. Now, this video isn't such a great example because the quality was fairly crappy to begin with. But if you have good quality video to begin with at a high bit rate, then you might not even be able to tell a difference. In this, I could tell a difference. It wasn't real bad. But hey, I cut the file size down from 103 megs to 40 megs. So, big difference. Alright, so that's how you make a video file size smaller with Handbrake. Again, you can get Handbrake at handbrake.fr. It's a great program. It's free, open source. And it can be used to make file sizes smaller without reducing a ton of quality. And this, it's going to make your YouTube uploads faster, or any upload. If you're uploading video to any website, it's going to make it faster. So, great program, Handbrake.fr. You should get it if you're a video editor. If you do a lot of video editing, video compressing, Handbrake is a great program. You can use it to crop out those black bars that you get on some videos. So that's it for today's episode of Tech Live. I don't know when we'll be back. I don't really have any plans for Tech Live videos in the future. I might be doing some reviews here, just regular videos. Not really sure. If you guys have any suggestions on what I should do, go ahead and comment on this video. I'm going to leave this video up so it can be watched at any time. That's it for today's episode of Tech Live. I'll catch you next time. Bye.